everyone, this is Darwell20 and welcome to episode 58 of Darwell20's Let's Play of ATM9 Skies, where I'm hoping that I came up with a solution to our crop situation over here. I've turned off the harvester for a minute because I'd like to try this out. So the plan is I'm going to check out this Supremium Scythe. You ready for this bad boy? So what I'm going to do is disable you for a minute. No more pylon worky. Okay. Now, this thing has an area of 15 by 15. And if I right-click on a crop, even if it's not fully grown, it'll harvest everything in that 15 by 15 area. Is that kind of cool? So if we set up kind of like a thing to do that, that could be cool. Does that sound like a bit of a plan? Because the pylon's not fast enough. This thing's not fast enough. But this thing does the whole area at once. So I'm thinking maybe we get a modular router with an activator module, and we tell it to right-click, and then we cool? So what if I did that? Let's do this with this on top. Okay, so you're gonna be, I think you're fine with that, right? Yeah, that should be cool. Empty blacklist. The only downside would be like if I break a seed. So I wonder if I can get like seeds, gold seeds from Mystical Agriculture. Like, can I blacklist that? Right? So that if I break this, it'll let me pick it up, right? Now, if I break these redstone seeds, that did not work. So, redstone seeds will still be picked up, right? Yes. So, that doesn't really help. So, I'll just, like, be aware that that's a thing. I think that's fine. Okay, cool. So, with that said, let's try this. So, I'm going to have a modular router here. Okay, and you're going to have an activator module. Now, do you need energy? I forget. But on the down, you're going to right-click without sneaking and be an empty blacklist, right? Now, if I put this in here, okay, and then we took this pylon thingy out. Now, the water still needs to be there, right? So that's a thing, right? And then we can bring back our gold seeds. Now, if I threw speed upgrades in here, that's pretty darn quick. Are we on board with how quick that is? Because I feel pretty good about the quickness of that. I'm good with this. So that means we can now spend some time speeding up this crop growth, right? And yeah, I like that plan. So like we're just instantly, as soon as it finishes growing, like pretty darn instant. That's exactly what I was looking to get accomplished. All right, so now let's go hog wild with crop growths. Does that sound cool? So if I want lily pads of fertility, let's see what happens. So we've got a decent amount of catalyzing glands. We've got a decent amount of red bones. Do we have slime pearls? We have a decent amount of slime pearls too. That's kind of cool. And we can even loot fabricate this if we decide we need even more, right? Let's get some green dye. Okay. And then we can basically get like a stackish of that. And then catalyzing gland can go towards lily pads of fertility. So what I'm thinking, maybe we get rid of... I'm going to actually like redstone high you for a sec. So I can break you. I can break you. Okay. We can lily pad of fertility this thing. And then can I put you on top of this? And on top of that, and then turn you off again? Oh, that's never. Oh, that's pulse. That's always. And that's working again. Cool. Excellent. Then we could expand with further lily pads. Now, the other thing we could look into is like blood magic for crop growth. There's Botania for crop growth. Like there's a lot of things we could do. I just don't know like how good any one of them is. I know lily pads are pretty good. So if I were to, for example, do this, and let's get a building gadget here, just because that might be a little bit easier. Surface mode. And not fuzzy. Thanks. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these guys. Cool. And the reason I'm getting rid of those dudes is mostly because I don't need them anymore, right? Like that whole setup was can we make harvesting faster? And harvesting is now faster, so we don't have to worry about that setup anymore. Okay. So I think that's cool. Laser IO, where are you at? Where is my laser IO thingy? Where's my card holder? Is it crazy? Am I crazy? Where is my card holder? Never made it a... Oh, here it is. My inventory is just not activated. Okay. Much better. Okay. So then you're going to come over... You know, I'm just going to vein mine you guys so I can do this. This. And that. Okay. And then I can probably do that. And that. Is that cool? But then what I should be able to do is something along these lines. And water. What do we got for water catalyst? What's that project-y thing? Not the fire one, but the water one. Yeah, Evertide amulet. Can I get one of those? That would be cool, right? Cool. Now, if I did that, do we feel like this is making a big impact? Whoops. Undo. Maybe? Maybe it's doing a big impact? What else we got by way of growth? Like, I would love this thing to be, like, stupid fast, right? Just for funsies, right? Can we make it super fast? So there's the Tablet of Overgrowth. Occasionally bone meals blocked from the air around it. This ritual requires source to operate. If augmented with a bone block, the ritual won't... No, I don't really need that. Now we could have the growth reagent, right? This guy's cool. Because that'll give me the sigil of the green growth, right? Let's think about that. So we're gonna need 2 saplings, sugarcane, and sugar over on this dude. 2 saplings, sugarcane, and sugar. And we need some kind of orb. I should have at least... Magicians is tier 3. That should be sufficient, right? One would hope. And then I think I put it in here. And then you are a reinforced slate. Okay. Be you, that would be you, and Arcane Ashes. And what do you think you're doing here, sir? Not at all welcomed. Now, if we wanted to make this a ritual, that would be a thing. I'm just kind of curious. This is feeling pretty good. With a lot of green particle effects, I will put it that way. Right? And I can only assume that, like, yeah, we're doing pretty good. Like, we're at 13 blocks of gold now. How are we for iron? We're at 13,000 blocks. Right? We have to get to 59,000 blocks, remember, not ingots. But, that, you know, we can get there. I think we're making progress. Alright, just testing, you know, what else I can do to speed things up. I feel like this is cool. This guy seems like he's definitely running faster than all the others, doesn't he? I applied some red fertilizer from farming for blockheads. So the reason I think this is working really well is it seems like it is. That's about the only thing I have to say about that, right? Like, it definitely seems faster. I also tried the green fertilizer, which increases crop output, and I did not detect a change there. My observation with that was that it did not, in fact, increase crop output. So yeah, we're gonna probably forego that. I think that was air seeds right there. And some kind of hoe. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause this for a sec. Redstone mode never. I want you to, if I set this to whitelist, then he won't vacuum anything, right? So then I can do this, and then replant these dudes. Okay, and I'll put that away. And then the same pattern here. Is that cool? Okay, and then these guys go already. And this is going to be a bunch of disparate seed types. So that's what I have there. Cool. I feel like this is making a significant speed increase too, if I'm not mistaken. Here's what I'm gonna do just for like super test, right? I'm gonna skip the last row, right? So now if I set this back to blacklist and put this on always, and then we can get rid of all this stuff that we don't need anymore. Like, that is a noticeable difference in my mind compared to what's going on over here, right? Like I don't need, it's just very obvious that there's an improvement, like big one too. Okay, so back to that. And this is what I was talking about. Like, if we could get this to instant harvest, that would be cool. Okay. See, now we've got like a ridiculous farm going on. And if we look at stuff like iron, we should see like a really big numbers thing going on. Like, I'm at this point just checking to make sure that we're keeping up with iron essence and stuff, right? Looking good so far. Like, this is our Uber farm. This is our not Uber farm. Different, right? Not Uber farm, Uber farm. Not Uber farm, Uber farm. You know, I'm just saying, looking pretty solid over here. Yeah. What else could I do? I know Botania has a flower, and there's overgrowth seeds too, which might be a fun thing to apply to that flower. I don't know how much of a difference it would make. But isn't there a flower that makes crops grow faster? I feel like there is, right? Thermalily, these are the ones that generate, right? I'm looking for stuff like orchid, bellthorn, hopperhawk. Which one is it that makes things grow? Clayconia, lunium, agricarnation. That's the one, right? I don't know how fast that is, though. I remember that not being, like, crazy fast. I'm looking for something that's, like, wildly OP. We could go back to having this guy on. I'm looking for something where I don't need to stand there for it. And I don't even know how much of a difference this is making at this point. You know what's kind of cool? Is watching this tick up. We're actually getting quite a lot of iron out of this process. Like, it won't... If I leave this run for a little bit, it's going to be cool, right? And obsidian we're actually at the point of now. So maybe what we should do is while that runs... I can turn you off because I don't need you no more. Right? But while that runs, let's go ahead and get everything that we can make made. Okay? So for example, you guys are going to need to do some compacting, right? So if I got a compacting drawer, simple compacting drawer, what's the difference? Is that like just a one-for-one kind of deal? Well, that's kind of cool. I like that. I do kind of like that. But I think we're going to want, like, you know, one above that, right? So can I have a puller do a pull thing? I'm just curious, right? If we can do that. So you're gonna pull from down. So if I do that and then do that, would you pull from down? Yes, you would. Okay, cool. And that'll get me to 2x multipliers, right? And then 3x and then 4x. And then we could go simple draw, right? So if we did this and we did laser IO, okay, times 2, you know, or we could do something. Yeah, I think that'll be fine, right? So on the north side, you're going to insert. On the east side, you're going to extract a stack of tick. You bind. You should be cool. You're going to do thing. And then we do this. And we do another puller. Did we really? We couldn't have possibly drained. Oh, you know what? I have to lock. I bet I have to lock you. Lock, lock, lock. That should be cool, right? And then that'll be a nice quick way to craft that up. Now we're cooking. You know what I could do is I could have a redstone, and you need to be redstone high. So now you're not running no more. And then I put a lever here. And then when you're done, are you empty? You are empty. Didn't I have enough? Isn't the 5x dirt block 59,000? What was there before? Was it under 59? It might have been under 59. Are we close? We are close. We got it. 5x dirt block. Booyah. That is cool. That is cool. Okay. And because we didn't have to filter nothing there, this can come out. You guys are all cool. Now what I can do is unlock, click, relock, and then don't do that. Same deal here, right? So then you're just going to extract that same dude on the east. You're going to bind, you're going to lever, and then we're just going to give you a little bit of gravel, give you some gravel, right? And then give you some gravel. And that's how we 5x multiply these guys. Is that cool? I feel like it's cool. You tell me if it's cool, but I feel like it's pretty cool. Just a fun way to automate doing this whole thing. Okay. Six. Yeah. If I wanted to be faster, I could even make it faster, but I kind of don't want to overshoot it too much, so I'm okay with the speed that it's at, right? So once that 8 changes to a 9, we're cool. Okay. And then we're done here, right? And I can just leave those compressed gravels, because why? Who cares, right? And that's 5x gravel, right? So now if we look at this, that's our pulsating black hole. That's our pulsating black hole. So now we're 2 down, and we can do the next one, right? So sand. So on the east, we're going to extract. We're going to unlock, click, unlock, click, unlock, click, lock, 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 bind and bind, good and good, get that going, get that going, get that going, and we should very quickly be cool, right? I like it. Back in a sec. All right, so we should be at 9 now for you. Okay, so there's your sand blocks. That goes towards the black hole, right? So I can yoink, yoink, and we're cool. The excesses, unlock, 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 open, 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 lock, 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 and then onto wood. Boom, boom, boom. All right, I think we're cool here on wood. So that's you being done. Might overshot it a little bit. Not going to lose sleep over it. So there's your 5x wood block. And you're done. Cool. Okay. Okay. Remember, wood having EMC means I really don't care if I overshot it, right? Now, how about you? What if we did the same here, right? So let's unlock, 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 lock, lock, lock. Now, if I remember correctly, I believe the center here is a 6x multiplier of cobblestone. So what I'm going to do, actually, rather than that, let's do that. Let's have you pull out the puller upgrade. Let's do another compacting drawer. Wait, in place of that one. Okay. That can be locked with the puller upgrade. And you're going to keep in stock cobblestone, but a full stack. And you will be extracting that bad boy, right? So on, go, and go. And this will just take a little bit longer, but we'll eventually get the 6x, right? And we don't care because we have infinite. And it has EMC too, so, but yeah, we're good, right? What's funny is I could, in fairness, because this has EMC and we have an unlimited amount of it, we could absolutely just generate a stupid amount of EMC by dumping this into wherever, right? That's very much an option that I hadn't considered until just this moment. I guess it just, because it's only one EMC, like, you know, how fast can we transfer it? I don't know. but we don't care that much because EMC is not that important in this pack. I do want to play a pack where EMC plays more of a role, so we'll have to see. All right, just circling back to let you know. Boom, 6x cobblestone. That's one step closer. Now what we're going to do is the same yoinks, yoinks, yoinks. Unlock, unlock, unlock. Close, close, close. Lock, lock, lock. And we're going to do this with obsidian now, only because that's the last one we got to do, right? So we take the obsidian, we stick it in there, we do that and stick it in there. We do that and we stick it in there. Now, in fairness, I could have broken that down into like the 2 splitter one because we don't need the 3x, but like, who cares? Yeah, once it's done, right? That looks cool. I do like the automated daytime and stuff that I got going on now. You gotta admit, that's a good time. So I'm debating what I want to do about redstone, gold, and iron, because those are the last 3 now, right? So if I put all this away, you're in the home stretch. There you go, 9, done. That is cool. Yep, okay. So then we can yoinks and yoinks. Close, 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 doot, doot, doot. And we'll bring all that back when we get to redstone, gold, and whatnot. So what I want to do now is clear you. This is moving really fast, and I'm cool with that. So what I think I'm going to do is probably wrap up the episode here, because I think we, accomplished all we can accomplish. I think this will pretty quickly, like we've made about 1,000 in like the last 15 minutes or so, so it's still going to take a while. I'm going to see if there's anything else I can do to amp up the speed at which we're producing iron and gold. We're making so much so fast. The only thing I can imagine doing at this point is just like copying this setup multiple times and having like a dedicated area for gold, iron, and redstone. That's the only thing I can imagine to do, right? But I'll see. Look at it between episodes, figure it out. The other thing I could do if I really wanted to like stretch things, right? If we looked at the recipe for gold, you'll see that like I can convert a diamond into 4 gold. So I guess technically if I was growing diamonds over there, but like diamonds from, it's like 9 essence becomes a diamond, but with gold, it's like 8 essence becomes 4 gold. So like it's almost, in my opinion, a break-even kind of thing, right? Because, we'd be getting the same amount of essence per tick, if you will, and we're getting 4 gold instead of 1 diamond, which converts to 4 gold. So it's like almost identical. So I'm going to say I'll like poke around and see if there's any other tricks we can pull along those lines. But for the most part, I'm just letting that run. And then I have this guy sitting down here making a crazy amount of gold as well. But he's not, too crazy. I mean, I guess I could like time torch him. But I'm curious to see if time torching would be a problem for power. Yeah, see, like we're net lossing on power now. That's like break even-y. I guess if I threw like a flux point on there, it might be cool, but we'll see. I'm not sure. Right. Did that help? It kind of helped. Not terrible, to be fair. Probably a little quicker. I like it. All right, so wrapping up point for the episode. Del20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll come back next time, and either I will have let this run for long enough to have generated my 5x blocks, or we're going to investigate, another approach. But like I said, wrapping up point. Del20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.